So I've been having a headache every day for like 5-6 months. Cleaner I've gotten my diet, the worse the headaches have been.
This is what happens. You suffer. You pay the price. You can ignore reality, but you cannot ignore the consequences of reality.
Right now, I don't feel very good. I don't really know why. One broccoli. Some of it might have to do with my ulcerative colitis, and some of it might have to do with my mental health in general, and some of it might have to do with something completely different.
Tofu, 250 grams.
This is not how you should feel.
The minerals and the nutrients and the...
He can't even think. Can't even do a push-up. And before I say anything, the person who actually made this video originally, I'm pretty sure he was an ex-vegan. And this is sort of like resentment because he suffered for a lot of his life and he didn't really know the reason until he finally ended up switching and ended up basically actually eating raw animal meat. So apparently this is like a Russian YouTuber or something. So you can see already right now, this is 2015. He looks like he has a pretty decent amount of muscle. I'd say his face looks pretty decent overall. He seems to be in front of a lot of these seeds, so he must be like, I like seeds now or something. I don't know. And yeah, there we go. This is the first one, first case of being emaciated. Once again, this is not normal. No muscle mass whatsoever. None. Why is that? Why are they getting no muscle mass? The reason vegans get no muscle mass is because they don't have enough of the essential amino acids that they're getting. When it comes to understanding amino acid content, you actually don't necessarily get 10 grams of protein just because you eat 10 grams of protein. Turns out it's way more complicated than that because there are actually 9 essential amino acids which dictate whether or not you do or you do not make whatever kind of protein that you're trying to make. Now, this is a big deal because when you lower one of those essential amino acids to basically make it 0, you get 0 protein whatsoever. So yeah, this is sort of an example of that. Plants don't technically have 0 protein, but they have very, very low amounts of it, especially in comparison to meat. And as you can see, this guy is, well, he's definitely on the harder side of it.
This is Jeff Morgan in the Guilt-Free Kitchen, and why do I call this the Guilt-Free Kitchen? Because I make food here that benefits the body. I have come to understand that not everybody can just go vegan. I get regular headaches. I have some skin issues here. I'll probably show some pictures of what my skin has been.
Yeah. And why is that? It's an autoimmune reaction. This isn't normal. Your body is literally fighting off an inflammatory response. It's like fighting an illness. It's no different. It's literally what's going on in the body right now. This is what phytotoxins cause. This is what a lack of cholesterol causes. This is what glucose oxidation causes. This is what high amounts of polyunsaturated fats which lead to lipid peroxidation causes. It's all of this. This is another great example. Very sad though, honestly.
Doing lately. It's been horrible. I've been inflamed, leaky gut, I don't know.
I'm just detoxing a lot right now.
I've seen this one before. Raw Bliss. I don't like how I've seen this before because I know where this is going. Oh boy. 2016.
Still, after 1 month, I'm kind of sick of my hair falling out and having acne all the time. You know, it's going to be worth it in the end. This is Austin for
2016. That's what he was saying. And he still didn't see results for 3 years and he kept going. And he got even worse. Hair basically fell out, obviously.
Robless.
And why does the hair fall out? It falls out because of a lack of DHT. Where does or too much DHT? Basically a misbalance of it. And where does that come from? Oh, that's right. That comes from cholesterol again. So not enough cholesterol and suddenly you start having balding problems as well. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
And I'm going to show you guys how to open a coconut. Look at that. Look, I'm so skinny. Please don't worry. I'm eating a lot of food these days. I've got access to avocados and coconut meat now and eating them.
Oh my god, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. He's literally emaciated. He sees that he's emaciated. He's suffering, and yet he continues to do it. Because this is you humans are very, very good at deluding themselves into thinking that what they're doing is actually the right thing. It's not hard. It's really not that hard. Many humans, including myself when I was younger, was pretty much in the same position than him. So, sad. It really is.
Abundance.
Oh, God. You can't even do a push-up.
Start my
You
day
literally can't even do a push-up. Oh, jeez.
off at the park grounds here. Open another.
And I just felt it like right after I ate it. Goes straight to my brain. It's brain food, it really is.
This is what I mean. This is what it looks like. And not only that, it's not brain food. It definitely does the opposite. So once again, this is hopefully a clear indicator what not to do.
Have a chronic disease, I have Crohn's disease, and I have IBS, and I have celiac disease. I have had bad, severe stomach pain when I eat, debilitating stomach pain, since I was 15, 16 years old, and it's just progressed and gotten worse over the years. I struggle with wanting to show people that you can be healthy on a vegan diet, which I think I do show properly with my children and my husband.
The kid has dark circles under his eyes. You can already see malocclusion of the teeth. And his eyes are bulging, which they shouldn't be bulging like that. Once again, sad.
And really bad bloating. My stomach will become distended and it'll be really hurt, and it'll be hurting for hours. And when I mean my stomach is hurting, I don't mean like a stomach ache. I mean the sort of hurting where you get stabbing pain. I get mouth ulcers in my mouth, so I get these big, gross ulcers in my mouth, almost like cold sores, and I get a lot of them. I take my zinc because I am deficient in zinc. I take B complex and B12 and B.
Taking all these vitamins and all these minerals. Why? Because the plants literally prevent you from absorbing them.
6 and folate and things like that, which are all in this vitamin, because I am deficient in all those vitamins. And I am also anemic, and I also get...
Literally, I say it every time. Vegans go anemic all the time. They always have iron problems. And why is that? Because every single one of these phytotoxins, as not just all of them, not the phytotoxins, but also the vitamin and mineral interactions, such high and exorbitant amounts of vitamin E also ends up leading to lower iron absorption. Such high and exorbitant amounts of selenium also leads to less zinc absorption. Phytates will just form a complex around that iron, and suddenly you can't even use it. Your body can't even absorb it. Not only that, heme iron, it doesn't exist in plants. It's non-heme iron in plants, which is way less bioavailable. Once again, not what you want. 5 to 20% bioavailability for non-heme iron, by the way, and 15 to 35% bioavailability for heme iron. Huge difference. Huge difference.
Get B12 injections. I've done so many tests in the last year just trying to figure out what exactly is the problem. It's really hard.
And B12. First time was horrible, second time was okay, third time I passed out. And this is the needle. Here you go, so much fun. I've decided after that, after I did all the 10 shots, I'm gonna take the pills. For me, I guess it's to do with the fact that I'm vegan.
And I'm also taking my B12.
Yep, and once again, this is another girl who would look absolutely gorgeous probably if she actually ate correctly, but she doesn't. And because of that, she suffers and she looks emaciated. That's not attractive, once again.
Supplements. I take one of these each day, and yeah, I find it's really important to supplement B12 on a vegan diet. As always, having my hot water bottle. I do like a few of them every day.
Look, like here, you can see this is literally what it does. First, completely flat, very small curve, not even an hourglass curve, nowhere close to an hourglass curve. And yeah, you could probably tell no hourglass curve, and really, this is not what you want to be doing.
Guys watching, lentils, very high in protein. So if you want like a high protein food, lentils, beans.
Now, once again, it's crazy how It's crazy how this information is not just false, but it's propagated, and it's continued to be propagated as healthy and correct when it clearly isn't. It's insane. It really is. That's the power of media. That is the power of the internet as well, and favoring one thing over another. More suffering for more people. Lovely. Great job. Messed up, but it is what it is.
What we think that it is and what he thinks that it is that I just have low testosterone.
Low testosterone. Why? Because remember where testosterone comes from? That's right. Testosterone comes from cholesterol. So you don't have enough cholesterol, you might not be able to make enough testosterone. Who would have thought? Not only that, phytoestrogens interfere with even making testosterone usable in the first place.
And that I haven't been producing any swimmers. And that could be for a number of reasons. Some of the
as one reason. One very obvious reason. Animals are not just born infertile for no reason. It's not like, oh, 50% of them are infertile, 50% of them aren't. No. That's not normal.
Symptoms are obviously like low libido. Another symptom would be just kind of like not having a lot of energy. Or
once again, all of this, why is that? Not enough energy. That's because you're not going through fatty acid oxidation, and you should be going through fatty acid oxidation. You shouldn't be going through glucose oxidation, because if you go through glucose oxidation, more reactive oxygen species, and not only that, you produce 3 times less ATP. 3 times less. Huge margin in terms of energy. So of course you're going to feel more tired.
Or kind of feeling depressed, which is something that I've kind of gone through most of my adult life.
Why? What's the whole thing with depression? Where does that depression come from? That's right, it comes from inflammatory markers, and it comes from ROS. And where do you get those two things? Where do you get those two inflammatory markers and ROS? Oh yeah, that's right, you get tons of them from glucose oxidation, and you get tons of them from phytotoxins, which literally cause these inflammatory markers. Once again, of course this is going to end up happening. Literally, the biochemistry behind all of this exactly explains all of it. And it's in my biochemistry playlist. If you're really interested, go check out that playlist. It's called The Science Behind Carnivore, but I should probably just call it Biochemistry of Nutrition, honestly, at this point.
Off with 24 ounces each of celery juice.
You can even see it in their eyes. It's literally just dark circles again.
If you don't know about the benefits of celery juice, check out Medical Medium.
Yep. There's a very, very good reason why he says this stuff about this guy. And it's not because it's true. I don't even know if it is true. I have no idea who this guy is. But it's the fact that he used to be, this person who made the video used to be vegan. Raw vegan, I think. And he was it for like 6 years or something. I can't remember. But I do remember that he was not happy. I'm pretty sure he was not happy. And he completely did a 180. He went from being raw vegan to raw carnivore, for that matter. Or something along those lines. Which is definitely a shift. And he's way better right now. He's doing way, way better right now.
There's endless benefits, and we can't imagine life without our celery juice.
Our food, it's what keeps us alive, it's what raises our vibration, and really helps make us who we are today, so that we...
Yeah, you could tell this guy has some hatred towards this whole thing. You could tell.
We can help others.
Hi, it's Paul from Hench Herbivore. Today we're going to be looking at wrist strengthening for martial arts.
When you want to bulk, it's a great way to get your calories in.
And you were on steroids at the time, yeah?
You see that? That's elasticity of the skin right there. Completely more elastic. Way, way less elastic. Way more sagging. Not sagging. Like, it's insane. This is... Literally, it causes increased aging because of glucose oxidation and because of increased reactive oxygen species, so...
I'm always terrified that my boyfriend Brian is going to leave me or just not like me. I literally ask him 100 times a day whether or not he loves me. I was diagnosed with the schizophrenic tendencies last year, and that's because I've been having auditory hallucination.
Yeah, he knows. He knows. This is because... Why exactly is this the case? Why? Because this causes more, this specifically has way more polyunsaturated fats. And take a guess where those fats can end up. Yeah, that's right, they can end up in your brain. What happens when they're in your brain? Oh, that's right. Ooh, turns out glucose oxidation, as well as mixing them with polyunsaturated fats, only increases the amount of basically inflammatory markers. Because you're producing a really toxic off product, for instance, like malonaldehyde, in your brain, not healthy, not something that you want, and your body has to clean that up. So once again, all of this is like, it's painful, but this is what happens.
Great right now. I don't feel very good. I don't really know why.
One broccoli.
Some of it might have to do with my ulcerative colitis, and some of it might have to do with my mental health in general, and some of it might have to do with something completely different.
Tofu, 250 grams.
This is not how you should feel. This is not how you should go through life. This is not normal.
Garlic.
I also want to check my thyroid.
4 onions.
Like an overproduction, which...
You could tell this guy definitely has a little bit of a resentment towards this whole stuff because he suffered so much. And once again, this is it's messed up, but this is what happens. This is what happens. It just makes everything way worse. Of course, everything is going to end up getting worse. You're malnourished.
Quality. Simple fruits have the minerals and the nutrients. And
did you see that? He even says it. Severely emaciated. Once again, this is naturally going to happen. Mentally ill. He's probably working his way towards that direction. And extremely slow speech. Just, oh my god, that's...
The minerals and the nutrients and the...
He can't even think.
Nutritional components that are necessary for life. Fluid is the only structure in nature biologically that is meant for food. In order to have health, body health.
Actually happened to you after being on a raw vegan diet for 16 years.
Okay, so I had a stroke. It also showed previous infarcts or death of brain tissue.
Why? Exactly. This is literally what I just talked about. What happens? Higher amounts of inflammatory markers, higher amounts of glucose oxidation. Lo and behold, who would have thought? Mix that with polyunsaturated fats, and now you got a really big problem on your hands, as well as phytotoxins. So, that's sad.
And I was just shocked, and caused me to really reevaluate my health program and what I've been doing since 1999 and even earlier.
She looks kind of cute. 2015.
It's 4:30. The first 6 months I went vegan, I ended up gaining like 20 pounds.
So I've been having a headache every day for like 5-6 months. I know it like started when I started drinking the heavy metal detox smoothie. You'd think, okay, you have headaches every day and they start to get better, but no, like the pain just gets worse. But having your head hurt all the time, like never feels better ever, it's making me go nuts. Why am I always in pain? Everything hurts all the time, like life hurts. Patch here. The cleaner I've gotten my diet, the worse the headaches have been.
This is what I mean. You just suffer more and more and more. And you're looking for the answer. What's the answer? What's the answer? What's the answer? It's sad, but this is what happens. This is what happens. You suffer. You pay the price. You can ignore reality, but you cannot ignore the consequences of reality.
My whole head feels like it's being squeezed all the time. I feel so crazy. Like, what do I do?
Honestly, it's really sad. All you'd have to do is just eat tons of meat. Yeah, cut out the plants. Once again, learn the biochemistry behind it. All right, so hopefully you can see just exactly why, one, you don't want to go down this road, and two, why they're actually quite literally toxic. Now, this does not exist on the other side. So if you go carnivore, this doesn't exist. I haven't seen it exist. I haven't seen any problems. I have been on it for 2 years. There's been somebody who's, I'm pretty sure, been on it for even longer than me. He's been at like his entire life, 40 something years, maybe 60 years. I can't really remember. So yeah, this is just one example of the epitome of malnourishment, quite literally, in front of our eyes. You don't want to be emaciated. This, once again, you're not going to be emaciated on carnivore naturally, even if you don't work out, which is pretty absurd, but it is the way it is. And yeah, hopefully you can see that once again, you can ignore reality, but you cannot ignore the consequences of reality. Thanks for watching. I hope you found the video interesting. I hope you found it helpful. And you can see just the real damage that it causes, the extreme damage that it causes. Now, if you're interested in more videos like this, or even just any video that you want me to review, please let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this or all of my videos ahead of time, please click the join button down below where you can see all my videos ahead of time. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Peace.